Good morning. How are you today? Excellent. Well, I'm okay, thank you. I'm out and about just above Challuim today, going for an early Sunday morning walk. And by the looks of it, other people have had a similar idea themselves. Because, quite surprisingly, as it's just got light enough to see, I can see people in front of me. So cold one overnight, and when I set off it was -3, and there's potentially snow forecast tomorrow. So I thought, what I shall do is, whilst there's a bit of frost in the ground, I'll go do one of the boggiest hills around. Not the boggiest, but one of them. And this is Beinn Challum. And it's straight up so far, nothing spectacular. It's a little bit wet, but my feet not going through it or anything like that. I'm gone up to my knees yet, which is good. And but I think we're probably about, well, I think the sun's probably already come up, but it's obscured by this hill here. But it's certainly starting to catch the tops, although it hasn't caught them two tops there yet. But it's getting warm, but it promises to be a spectacular walk. The sun's just starting to come up now behind Beinn and Stibinian. It's beautiful. It's really catching. I think that's probably Beinn Louis there on the right, and that's where we were. Beinn Craig, were it? That's where we were the week when we had that spectacular inversion. So the sun's just starting to catch those tops now. Beautiful. Really nice. There's a bit of mist now starting to roll in down the glen below me, and the mist on the summit appears to be thinning out, so with a bit of luck we'll get above this that's rolling in and that'll be gone. The mists are rolling in now, and a massive drop in temperature. It's cold, but I'm getting there. I don't think I'm far from kind of the first top, which then breaks onto the ridge and then across to the summit, so we're not too far now. But it's a shift. It is a shift. It's a bit glassy underfoot as well. That it's alright. I've got my spikes with me just in case, and I'll see what it's like heading back down as to whether I pop them on or not. But there's alternative routes that are away from where the water's running and has frozen. Well, I can't see anything now. I've just had to stop to put some extra layers on now because it's really cold, and I think I'm basically not too far from the top now. I think I just go up here and then there's a short ridge along to the summit, so I don't think I'm too far off being up to the top. There's a tiny little bit of lightness in the sky, so it could blow over, but I'm not regretting not bringing my drone. Anyway, these other two people are not far up in front of me, so I'll plod on a little bit longer. They've dropped the bags a little bit further down there, which makes sense as long as there's nothing important in your bag. Right, onwards and upwards. More climbing. Just coming out of the mists now, and there's another bulk in front of me. I can see the summit now. There's the faintest of blue in the sky, and just chatting with a couple that were in front of me. They're just setting off back down now, and they say every now and then you get the smallest of views, so a bit more blue sky now. I'll see if I can get a bit of shelter, have a butty, and then let's see what we can see. Ooh. Oh. Oh. Faintest of views. Oh, better. Oh wow. Oh, there you go. It's cold up here. I've had something to eat. I've had a butty and a drink. I've still got a caramel wafer, but I'll just nibble that when I get a bit of a chance down a bit further on. I'm going to move because I'm getting cold, and it's no place to get cold, is it? But let's take a steady walk down, shall we? As soon as we get some views, I'll show you them. Let's go. It's getting warm. Look how wet that is. That's from the sweat going up, but it's going to be a better option than this going down because I'm getting very warm. It's very popular today. It's a hill. I mean, there were the couple in front of me and nobody else, and then coming down I bet there's a good dozen of folk, maybe even more gone past already, and we've got a wounded pole, so I slipped on some ice and tried to stop myself from falling and broke my pole. So dead pole. I have got another set. I bought a set from Decathlon ages ago which I use periodically, but unfortunately that is the end of that pole. But it didn't die in vain. It didn't stop me from going down, but it would have been a lot worse if I hadn't have had it. You can't keep putting a cold wet jacket on. Anyway, I don't know how far I'm down, probably about 1,000 feet left, something like that maybe. There's more people coming up. It's very popular today. I'll tell you what, the frost's coming out of the ground, and that bog is much boggier than a boggy thing now. There's no frost to make it unboggy. Right, enough of this. Cannibal wafer time. Food of champions, according to Frank. Well, the bog has lost its crunch now, so it's just bog now. I've fallen 3 times, once on ice, 2 in the bog. No injuries that I know of, other than broken pole, but it is precarious. Certainly now the frost's left the ground, it's a challenge. But the great news is I'm almost down. There must be 20 folk that are all on the way up, and they've still to face this, and I can't imagine it getting any better. Just the biggest hills now have got a bit of cloud around them, so with a bit of luck the people up there will be getting great views. So there's not many better ways, is there, than spending a Sunday morning, other than going to church perhaps. It was lovely, it was cold, it was challenging, but we were offered a few views at the top, weren't we, which was very nice. Very slippery on the way down. Quite unpleasant, to be honest, but I don't have to come back and do it again, do I? And it is one ticked off. Anyway, I'm going to leave it here now, because I'm only about 5 minutes away from my car, and well, it's been a delight to have you along. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much if you have watched it all the way through, and we always do appreciate a thumbs up. So until next time, thank you very much as always. Goodbye for the new.